Hey everybody, Ryan here at etrailer. Today we're going to be checking out the B&W trailer hitch ball mount. So when it comes to ball mounts, it's important to get the one that's set up for your particular application, because it really does make a difference when your trailer's riding nice and level whenever you're pulling it down the road. You're just going to have a better experience when you're towing, And with that said, when it comes to choosing a ball mount, there's so many different options. There's, kind of your just run-of-the-mill type ball mount, and then you have really fancy ones that are adjustable and different size balls and everything else like that. And really just about everything in between. And if you're familiar at all with towing, chances are pretty good you've heard of B&W. They make really high quality products. I'm a big fan of them, and that holds true for this particular ball mount. When I picked this thing up, I about dropped it. This thing is heavy duty and super solid, and so I think that's really what's going to help separate this one from a lot of your other kind of just standard fixed ball mounts. Everything is just over the top as far as the strength and durability goes. The steel's super thick, everything's solid, and it's what you'd expect to see from B&W. You put this thing in, you're going to have all the confidence you'd ever need to hook up your trailer and tow it down the road. So this particular ball mount, it's going to have a 4-inch drop, so it's going to swoop down like this. And if you were to take the ball mount and flip it over in that upright position, it's going to provide you with a 3-inch rise. I'm sure you've seen there's multiple different drops and rise configurations and everything else. And the way to figure out which size drop or rise you're going to need is really simple. Take your towed vehicle back up to the trailer you plan on pulling. Try to get them on level ground and somewhat close to each other. Something like this is just fine. You're going to measure from the top inside edge of your receiver tube opening there on your tow hitch down to the ground. You can record that measurement. Then come to your trailer coupler. Make sure it's level. And you're going to measure from the bottom of it here to the bottom of the ground. And whatever that difference is the size drop or rise that you're going to need. Something I do want to mention is the fact that the ball mount is not going to come with a ball or a pin and clip. If you already have some that are in good condition, go ahead and use them. Nothing wrong with that. That's fine. You really just have to pay attention to a couple of things. One of them, make sure the ball that you have has 1 1/4 inch size shank here. That's what the ball mount is designed to work with. And to make sure your pin is 5/8 in diameter. Really common, pretty standard stuff there, so really shouldn't have any issues as far as that goes. If you don't have these components, not a big deal. You can always grab them right here at etrailer. So one of the things that really separates this ball mount from a lot of the others is just the overall weight capacity of it. We talked about earlier how beefy this thing was, and because of that, our capacities are going to be really high. As far as the maximum gross tongue weight rating goes, that's going to be 1,600 pounds, and that's going to be the amount of weight that's pushing down. And as far as the maximum gross trailer weight rating goes, that's going to be 16,000 pounds, and that's going to be the amount of weight that is pulling on everything. But keep in mind, unless you have a really heavy-duty hitch or a really heavy-duty vehicle, a lot of times your other towing components aren't going to be rated that high. So, for example, you want to make sure that your ball's rated that high, your hitch, as well as your towed vehicle, and if none of those are, not really a huge deal. You just want to be on the safe side and never exceed your components weight ratings, whether it be the ball mount, the ball, the hitch, or the towed vehicle. So just to take a closer look at the ball mount itself, you can see what I'm talking about. This thing is no joke. The shank is completely solid steel. Just the thickness of the drop here, it's over the top for sure, and it shows with how well it's going to work and how reliable this is going to be. It is designed to work with those 2-inch by 2-inch receiver tube openings. And just where the pinhole is, kind of in that good spot. You know, it's up a little ways, but not so far up where it's gonna be hard to use. You know, you got quite a bit of room to work with there. And so honestly, this should work with just about, you know, any 2-inch by 2-inch hitch. So at the end of the day, you know, a really high quality ball mount. If you were to ask me if I would use this to tow my own trailer, absolutely, would not hesitate at all. With that said, you know, we kind of talked about different, you know, circumstances and, you know, what ball mount might be best for you. If you're someone that does plan on towing a lot of different trailers or changing their towing vehicles quite often, one that's an adjustable type with different size balls already on it may be a better solution for you. There's a lot of them out there. I've had experience with a lot of them, and again, I'm just partial to B&W. Everything they make is really nice. You really can't go wrong with it. On the same note, you know, that doesn't take away from the other manufacturers too. A lot of them make really good products, and you know, it's really just going to come down to what you're looking for out of it and what you're trying to do with it. So you gotta definitely have a lot of different choices. But you know, with all that said, that's going to finish up our look at of the B&W trailer hitch ball mount.